Hi guys!
Hello, and welcome to Rose Play, Season 6, Episode 17, where today is the season finale and review of The Wolf Among Us. So, let's howl our way right into it and see if we can't solve a murder along the way.
You always look great, idiot.
Alright, so, the history of the game.
Isn't it basically history itself?
Somewhat. It does take place in the past. But it's an episodic, interactive, mystery drama, graphic adventure video game. I mean, my god, I thought The Walking Dead, and that had its own long title, and this one just blew it out of the water.
This one just basically made it sound like it was puking out of your mouth.
This is what we're going to expect probably from the Telltale Batman game that they're doing. Probably going to be just about the same as my guess. Different, but, you know, what it's going to be called. I'm Batman. Alright, it's based on Bill Willingham's Fables comic book series.
Which are awesome! Basically, it's created 20 years before the comics actually came out, and that was actually in
1986.
1986. That is exactly 1 year after Orion was born. Yep. Can you imagine that? Well, anyway, the comics are really good. There's more than, I've only read 3, and there's more than that, I know that. The comics actually, I want to say they use the same comic cartoonist that they used for the comics to make the game, because the way it looks exactly how I've seen in the comics, so, and Bigby looks exactly the same as he would in the comics.
From what I did learn about that too, it's also a prequel, and it is canon with the comics.
I know, I'm just trying to state that.
Right.
Well, but they don't call him Bigby in the game, they call him Wolfie in the comics. I guess they decided to give him a little dignity before.
Or he got liked more.
No, my thought is they just gave him a little more dignity before they went into the comics and said, hey, we're going to go and give you a girly kind of name and call you, here, Wolfie, here, boy.
So this was developed and published by Telltale Games, of course.
Of course. Where's the dang sequel already? Come on.
And she took care about the, most of the history / plot-ish, but she didn't really specify on the plot. The plot in the story is basically a fable is murdered.
Oh, there's more than one fable.
Yes, there's multiple fables, but it's one specific fable that gets murdered to start with.
That gets Bigby, or Wolfie, as some of you might know, into the whole detective thing. Because before he was literally sluggish, he didn't really want to do anything. This one, this one is what really got him motivated, even in the comics. If you read the very first one, it will even say that because of a girl named Faith dying, that I got...
Well, that was kind of a spoiler.
I will spoil that little part. That's not a big
anyway,
deal.
Let's finish with that, because that seems good enough without revealing too much. Just that it leads to a bigger conspiracy.
That's all I gotta say. Read the book.
But it leads to a bigger conspiracy, and Bigby has to try to save the woodlands. And if you have any
recommendations for me to read, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm so stuck on comics, it's not funny, I love them.
Alright, so let's head into the presentation and music.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm back to you.
Not the way the cookie crumbles.
Yummy cookie.
So, like The Walking Dead, which was also done by Telltale, it pretty much plays and acts similar to that series, with a few added tweaks and advancements since they did The Walking Dead.
To be honest, I don't know. I actually think they did Wolf Amongst Us before they did...
They had it in pre-production, and they might have done a little bit of it, but it was after Walking Dead.
Basically, they might have gotten their ideas of what they could have done better with Walking Dead from Wolf.
Yeah, and I think that will also be shown in Walking Dead Season 2, improvements that's been made since 1 and Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, it's also done in a cartoonish type comic book style, and I think that's...
Which is really neat. I will say that.
And I didn't mention this in the Walking Dead review, but a lot of people are like, oh, it's not realistic enough. Well, that's because it's taking place in the comics.
And they're trying to make it to where kids will actually play it and won't get too freaked out. No, I mean, the parents really, they want it
I don't know about that.
Yeah, there's blood, but it's not, like, really realistic.
I mean, no, they basically take a comic book...
They don't want... What's the one I'm thinking of? They don't want your... He plays this game that's a horror film, basically, that I've watched him play it. I can't sleep. What's it called? Evil Within.
We'll get to that on the show at some point. But anyway, like I was saying with that, they basically, it's like, hey, you've read the comics, now you're in the comic world. And since you're in the comic world, we're going to make it look like a comic.
Let's have some fun with it.
Yeah, and I think that's what they did with The Walking Dead, too.
Let you have a little interaction, let you get physical, let you do it, basically.
Speaking of the physical and whatnot, it still plays, like I said, like The Walking Dead. It's like a point-and-click adventure, except you actually get to move your character around.
But there's not as much killing.
But there is more action in it.
Yeah, I will say that there's more action, but there's a lot less killing.
Yeah. Well, and
of course, no one really wants you to kill their favorite creature.
It also still uses the QuickTime events. The only difference with the QuickTime events...
You don't get a second try.
Yeah, no, you do get a second try with the QuickTime events.
Oh,
Unlike
that's right.
in Walking Dead...
You get one choice, and if you don't do that choice, you're...
Well, usually. Sometimes they do lean it a little way, but it's usually more hurtful. But in Wolf Among Us, it affects the story and the outcome later on.
Yeah, because that's what they basically want it to be. They basically want it to be a fairy tale. They want you to write your story, basically.
So, yeah, it's a lot less fearful for the QuickTime events than that of The Walking Dead, which is understandable since it's not an apocalypse and...
You're not running for your life.
Yeah. So, let's go ahead and head into the music, and back to you!
Thanks. Anyway, I will... Music this time. I like the opening, I will say that. It's kind of got a detective feel to it. It's like beat cop, basically. You're hitting the ground, you're going for it.
With a little bit of noir, too, if anybody knows what noir is.
I do, I worship that in
it. feels like that for music.
Basically, and then there's some sad part into it when you go into the game, but you gotta get really further in to get to that music.
Yeah, I think the music both...
I don't think the sad part really comes until, basically, when you finally get shot up.
Yeah, another little spoiler. You do get shot up, but hey, you're a wolf, so...
well, we're not gonna give you the last little special one. But, yeah, it's basically good. If any of you know what Casablanca is, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but if you know it, it's in there.
Yeah, it feels like it. The music, like I was going to say, when it's a sad moment, it intensifies that moment, and when it's an, action sequence, like, oh my god, am I going to survive, or I'm chasing somebody.
Gets there.
It does that. Yeah, and I do like that about the music.
I will say that's one thing I like. That's what actually got me listening to a lot of the video game music, because I wanted to see if anything could compare to this. So far, to me, the only one that comes close to it, and it's an oxymoron, is Wolfenstein. I mean, I liked another wolf. No, here's my joke. I liked another wolf.
Cheetah!
I know I am.
Okay, so... let's go ahead and move into the characters and the actors who helped to make this feel of the comics come to life.
Done.
Alright, so, we decided since she is special co-host for the season, and I brought her on for the whole entirety of the show, we kind of do a co-host review. Should have said that probably at the beginning. But, so we decided we'll take each character, I know, right, and kind of go off. So, you go ahead and start with...
Okay, well, Big B is played by Adam Harrington, and we actually, shockingly, you'd think because he's the biggest person, they'd have someone well known. There's nothing known about this guy.
I couldn't find any.
I even looked up once he said, I can't find anything. I'm like, okay, I'm the master with computers, and I can find anything I want.
Alright, so what did you think of Big B? What did you think of the voice for him?
He can either be a great guy, or he can be a giant butthead.
Well, that's determined by your choices, though.
I know,
in general, though.
In general, he seems like an okay guy, just don't tick him off.
And do you think the voice actor worked for him?
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
That's what I'd say.
Okay, so next was Faith. She's technically only in one episode-ish, minus voiceovers and whatnot. But she was played by Sia Court, and again, I just could not find anything on her. Now, Faith, I thought was an interesting way to lead into the events, because she kind of cared at Bigby, and Bigby was like, oh, well, now I want to solve... Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, and then our favorite is Ichabod Crane, because I love him.
Yeah, but that's
Roger Jackson.
That's Snow White is next.
Scrolled too far down. Okay.
It's all right.
Okay, well, excuse me, I'm not doing that one. Aaron Vetta?
Yvette. Or Yvette.
We're sorry if we're saying your name wrong.
We're never good with names.
As Snow White, and I loved her attitude. I will say that her attitude was amazing. She could be sweet as can be, and then it was like, and it's like, ooh. Okay, well, anyway, you would know her from Walking Dead season 1. No, she was in she played as Bonnie in the extras,
400 Days.
or Molly from Walking Dead, which Molly was awesome.
Yeah,
I like Molly because she's just cool.
All right, so next, and it's the biggest surprise of them all. We had Roger Jackson, who played Ichabod Crane. Now, according to what I found on him, he's been in like 180 movies, games, TV shows. But the most interesting thing is he's best known as the voice.
What's your favorite scary movie?
And in case the Connect didn't pick up on that, he's the voice of Ghostface in the Scream franchise. He's been the voice in every single one of them. That blew my mind. That they got someone like that for Ichabod Crane. He was also
my first scary movie crush. Oh my god!
The voice, maybe not the characters.
The voice was creepy as hell,
Yeah.
but it was cute.
Now, he also played Charles, or Kenny Loggins, as I called him in The Walking Dead, the hobo.
Oh, I'm sorry, that caught me off guard. I'm like,
And
of course I didn't play with the hobo very long.
another big surprise, he played Mojo Jojo in Powerpuff Girls.
You cannot hurt me. I am Mojo Jojo.
This guy's amazing.
This guy's been everywhere. You name it, he's probably been there. If he's not, he's playing Finding Waldo.
Now, I will say, he didn't play a big a part with Ichabod. Ichabod's seen Cowardly one. You heard us joke about it in the Let's Play. And, I didn't feel like his character was strong up there. But, wow, after hearing that, dude, I want to hear you in more things with different voices.
I want to hear more from Ichabod now, and I used to hate Ichabod. Now I love Ichabod.
Alright, so, next is
Molly Benson as Nerissa, or as everyone knows her,
the Nudist Mermaid. Or, my fault, the Little Mermaid.
Yes. No, don't forget, she said, I used to be known as the Little Mermaid.
I called her the Nudist Mermaid.
And now she's...
So, what did you, because we didn't find anything on her either, but what did you think?
She was very helpful. I liked her because she'd play the innocent card, but then she came out all snooty at the end.
And her voice actress just seemed caring, though, even towards the end.
Even with, I'm sorry to say this, she did seem caring towards Crooked Man, but she also was basically telling him, up yours.
Yeah. So, next on the list is Kat Cressida, who played Bloody Mary. I wasn't going to add her in this, but I actually liked Bloody Mary, and she was freaky, creepy, and the voice actress did awesome on it. She
didn't go half butt on it. She went full wind there. She grabbed that thing and was like, I am
She
this.
also played Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory.
Basically, Dee Dee went from Dee to
Dee Dee Dee. Oh my god, the voice shift change. I know some actors can do that, but wow. I just threw her in there because I really liked her.
I thought his Dee Dee went from Dee Dee to Dum Dum to Dee Dee. Woohoo!
The character was creepy, scary.
That's an understatement. She was creepy, scary. I don't want to meet her in a dark alley.
And I think Kat did a great job voicing her.
Oh, that's an understatement.
Yeah,
but
all right,
seriously,
so
she made Dee Dee look crazy growing up. Philip Banks played as the Crooked Man.
Now, spoiler a little bit, he technically is the thing behind the conspiracy. Sorta, but we won't get too much into that.
His voice is okay, I still don't like him, I hate his guts. Let Crooked Man go down the freaking witch's well.
I will say, though...
And you had to imprison him.
Yeah, I did. Well, I know. I will say, though...
with his head!
Since he did play gentlemanly-like, and since the guy was British, I think it worked well.
Really?
He pretended to be.
So, I was going to say, what about that end little part with a certain little...
I know. But, besides that, he tried to be, polite and whatnot. So I think it was an interesting casting choice.
I agree.
Alright, so let's go ahead and move into reception. What can be said about The Wolf Among Us? Apparently, mostly positive reviews from critics.
Why not? It is awesome!
So, it was most praised for its story, action sequences, atmosphere, visual style, and faithfulness to the source material. The only criticism that there was... Okay, so, story, action sequences, atmosphere, visual style, and faithfulness to the source material.
Okay, I don't care about any of that.
Otherwise, the only criticism with it was really the stuttering, slow, and weird loading times in the game. Which you guys did see during the playthrough.
I will say that got me annoyed a few times, because, because you'd be in the middle of a battle smashing point. You'd be in the middle of a battle smashing point, and you just ignore you, and you don't know which button you need to push next, and it's just.
Well, or not just that, just I'm gonna put. Boom. Yeah. But let's.
Nice freezing on me. Can I freeze you for next Friday until next Friday?
Never. We'll see. So, since I actually have somebody here this episode or this review.
What did I get myself into?
Oh, you got yourself into a lot, baby. You are the audience, and you were the audience for the Let's Play. Give me your take on what you thought was good, what you liked about it, and why it's one of your favorites.
I should have signed the contract of nothing. Okay, well, I liked it.
So positive review there.
I hate the Crooked Man with a deep passion.
But it does add to you liking the game because you wanted to see him fry.
I wanted to kill every character I could kill. And then a few that I wasn't supposed to, like Frog.
Violent.
And I was so happy when I ripped throat out of Tweedledum because he peeved me off.
So what did you like about the gameplay and we've talked about it a little bit. What did you like about the gameplay since atmosphere and whatnot's already been talked about?
You could go sinister and have no consequence. Really? Because you were the good guy?
So you didn't like we talked about the acting too.
I liked the acting. I loved how Big B could rip a throat out and then go and act, oh, hi, how are you? How you doing? I'm not dark, guys. I'm just...
Well, they do say...
I just learned when I wanted to vent, I just went on a wolf, and I just went like, Tweedle, come here.
That's one of the most important things, though. They say video games is a way to express your violence without actually having to do it in the real world. That way you can...
then I take that back. I don't express it here. I express that over and then on the next channel called Wolfenstein. Try it out. All those bullets going in is fun.
Way back. Alright, so let's go ahead and move into final thoughts.
I want a sequel!
Anything else for final thoughts?
I want a sequel!
Okay, so I guess that's all her final thoughts. I've got to agree with her. I'd love to see a sequel. There's a 20-year gap. So you could do some more stuff as long as it's still canon within the series, of course.
Well, I'd actually also like to see them do a comic book related one, and so where you could do it, but try and change it a little up.
Yeah. Now, I know maybe...
I just want to see more.
I agree. I don't blame you. Now, don't get me wrong. I would also like a sequel. What I would like, though, I don't know in the comics if Big B and Snow ever get together.
I'm told that they do at a certain comic. I will spoil that a little, but I will not say what comic.
Okay, but pretending that they don't get together obviously wouldn't work canon-wise. I'd like to see Big B have a love interest. I mean, obviously, maybe not last, but kind of delve into...
You want Snow and him to make puppies.
No, I didn't say Snow. I mean, yeah, I would like it, but I don't...
Okay,
but if it's not canon...
You want fishies with no wrist.
That I wouldn't mind. But no, what I mean, though, for a final thought is, we've experienced Big B. We've experienced a little bit of his struggle, of how he struggles between that border between good and evil, in a sense, because of the fact that he is hated.
He deserves some happiness.
Well, I don't say that he needs to keep the girlfriend if it's not done in the comics.
Yeah, I know.
But let him have that so that we can have a little development in, like, honey, what's wrong? I know you better than this. Like, a few years into the future where he has it, just this moment of trying to get more deeper into Big B.
Yeah.
Beyond that, there's not much else for final thoughts, other than the fact that...
It was awesome.
It was awesome, and really, this has turned me on to the Fable comics, because I didn't know they existed, and if you like The Wolf Amongst Us...
I know where you can find them, but I won't tell you.
The library, I already knew that.
Not there.
I know
where the bear collection is.
Either way, point being is if you enjoyed the Let's Play, or you played The Wolf Among Us, and you really did enjoy it or want to, go check out the comics. They're great. And really, that's all the final thoughts I have. Do you have anything else?
Mm-mm.
No? Alright, short final thoughts. I think everything pretty much was expressed through the rest of the segment, so let's just head into what we both thought of the rating and give it a general rating.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Silly. Alright, so since the reviews are normally done by me, I will start first. She kind of did express herself, but we'll see if she stays the same. Like The Walking Dead, they didn't rate it as a whole. They rated it as each episode, and it'd be pointless to try to rate each episode, and it gets too confusing, mind-boggling. Just know that the ratings were about an 8 for most of them. Now, however...
How dare you?
That wasn't even me.
Okay, well then how dare them?
Yes. So, anyway, on that subject then, we dive into what I think of it. Now, before I get to what I think of it, do remember that I gave The Walking Dead a 9.5 out of 10.
I wasn't here for this, guys.
No, you weren't here for that. You watched it, but you weren't here for it. I'm going to give it a little less than The Walking Dead. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoy The Wolf Among Us, I think, more than I did The Walking Dead. By a whole lot. But there's two reasons why.
Mary over.
I'm giving it... Well, there's enough screens in the background. They can act as reflective. God, there's a lot of Bloody Marys, too, if you count them. Wow. But I'm going to give it a 9.
Bloody Mary's best friend because I'll give her headquarters.
I'm going to give it a 9. There's two reasons
How
for this.
dare you? Where is she? What screen?
Whichever one's blank, which doesn't look like any of them. No, there's a reason why. Now, first of all, the game was still good. I liked it more than The Walking Dead. But the main issue why, first of all, I'm taking most of the points away, is like in The Walking Dead, why I got a 9.5 out of 10, was the loading issue. And I think the loading issue was worse in The Wolf Among Us than it was The Walking Dead. And that's why I'm giving it a 9. Beyond that, I think everything else was great, and it just didn't freeze that much and get you out of the game for a few seconds. I probably would have been okay with it, is where the time that it glitched once or twice really wasn't that bad, other than the endless cycle one. But just a 9.
See this face? This is not the happy face.
So you're sticking with a 10. Yep.
Ding, ding, ding,
She's still
ding,
sticking
ding,
with a 10.
ding, 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 ding,
I just can't give it a 10.
I don't care. I'd give it a 10 any day. Oh, Wolf 10.
This again would be a must play Rose play. The Rose is kind of in the shop after the last episode.
You broke it.
Yeah, it's about fixed.
That was
though.
my Rose.
The top just fell off. I glued it, and it's kind of...
Yeah, and the Rose is staying out of commission until I buy him a new one, because that's my Rose.
But because of the loading errors, and the fact that The Wolf Among Us is also not as possibly well known as The Walking Dead is, I'm not going to give it a Rose play, must play, because people may not be their thing. It might not.
I give it a Rose play, must play, and I'm overriding him as chairman. I say it needs a must play.
So, that's basically it. That was the season finale. Next episode, we'll start season 7, and we'll finally get into the Warcraft movie review, which we watched last Friday.
Oh, sorry, there was too many characters.
Dun dun dun, foreshadowing. So, until next time, remember, keep gaming, never give up,
and I will see you guys in some other season.
Besides the start of the next. And remember, if Bigby comes after you, just don't peeve him off.
Throw him a steak, he might like you. No, correction, throw him a carton of cigarettes.
Or he might rip your throat out. Or that might be me.
Bye, guys.